everyone, welcome back to my Japan trip. I'm headed to Kagoshima for 4 days and 3 nights. I'll be exploring Sakurajima, Ibusuki, and other well-known sites in Kagoshima. As the Kyushu Shinkansen does not go to Miyazaki directly, it takes around 2 hours by limited express train to get there and costs around $60 for a one-way ticket. As you can hear, there's many announcements for the train.
This train is a Kirishima Limited Express bound for Kagoshima Chuo. Cars number 3 through number 4 are for passengers without seat reservations. Please do not smoke on this train. The next station is Minami Miyazaki.
Miyazaki 空港線日南線はお乗り換えです。開くドアと足元にご注意ください。
Thank you for riding with JR Kyushu. We will be arriving at Minami Miyazaki.
I purchased my ticket the day of from the station and headed to board the train. The train ride was peaceful and it wasn't very full, and I managed to stay awake for about 50% of the trip. I woke up just before needing to get off at our final stop, Kagoshima Chuo Station. If you're taking this train from Miyazaki, I would recommend sitting on the left side, as there will be nice views of Sakurajima on the way there. Unfortunately, that was when I was sleeping, so I didn't get many good shots of the volcano. I arrived at Kagoshima just past noon, and after dropping my bags off at the hotel at the free luggage lockers, I went to look for lunch. As Kagoshima is known for their black pork, or Kagoshima Berkshire, I went searching for a tonkatsu shop and found one at the station. They offer many variations of set meals, but I settled with a basic pork tonkatsu set. The total came out to be around 14 Canadian dollars, and it was quite delicious. I picked up the Cute Pass, which is a Kagoshima tourist pass, and it allows for unlimited use on Kagoshima bus and tram routes, and also provides various discounts at attractions around the city. There is a tourist city view bus that operates on a hop-on, hop-off basis with a set route visiting all of the popular areas. The bus comes once every 30 minutes, and the full loop takes about an hour and a half. There are 19 buses in a day, and the first bus starts at 8:30 a.m. from Kagoshima Chuo Station. Our first stop is Sakurajima Observatory for some views of Sakurajima. It was very sunny and slightly windy when I was there, but the smell of volcano smoke was still very noticeable. I went back to the bus stop and headed towards Sengan-en, which is a Japanese garden with views of Sakurajima and Kinko Bay. The buses are nicely marked with a City View bus sign. There are often various events held in the gardens, and when I was there were various events happening, including a bonsai growing competition. I picked up an ice cream and went on my way exploring the other shops and sites. The weather was still wonderful and hot, which made exploring the garden very pleasant. As I showed up around 4 p.m., there weren't many tourists around, but there were still a few tour groups exploring the garden as well. The garden offers unparalleled views of Sakurajima, and there are several viewpoints to get the shot you want. I'm not sure how often it is sunny and clear for such nice views, but it was amazing. There is also a Japanese house you can tour and smaller trails to hike around the garden, but I was tired and took it easy. I spent around an hour exploring the remainder of the garden before catching a bus back towards the city. Our next stop is Tenmonkan Market. Tenmonkan Market is a large outdoor shopping street area similar to Dotonbori in Osaka. Unfortunately, it was a national holiday on the day I visited, so many of the shops and stalls were closed. I walked around for a bit before returning and getting a double-sized tonkatsu cutlet for dinner. This cutlet was double the portion size of the one I had for lunch. Haul for the night. Got some pancakes, water, and some yogurt with fruits to stay healthy. Because we all know you can't get fruits in Japan. The next day, I picked up some breakfast from McDonald's before going to pick up my rental car from Toyota Rent-A-Car. Whatever, I don't even know. I drove to the port and took the ferry to Sakurajima with my car. It was very easy to drive onto the ferry, just go slow and follow the directions of the flaggers aboard the ferry. The Cute Pass covers passenger trips aboard the ferry, but I'm unsure if it also covers the cost of the vehicle. It was 1700 yen one way for my small Toyota Yaris. The pricing differs based on the size of the vehicle you're bringing on board. The trip on the ferry was about 15 minutes each way, with both indoor and outdoor seating available. There is also a small udon shop aboard, but I didn't think I would finish the food on time, so I didn't end up trying it. The island itself is very easy to navigate as it is all in one big circle. There is also a tour bus that runs around the volcano similar to the City View bus, and it drops you off at the popular attractions. However, having a car is much more flexible and allows you to explore the island at your own pace. My first stop was the tourist center and I picked up a brochure there. It provides a few sample itineraries on how to best explore the island along with how long it might take. The tourist center also marks the start of the very popular lava trail and the Nagisa Park footbaths. I did try out the footbaths and no, I did not film my feet. It was a cloudier day than yesterday, but the volcano was just as active and the smell of smoke was very noticeable in the air. I explored a bit of the path before getting back to my car and driving to my next destination, Kagoshima Observatory. Sakurajima Observatory is another one of the many observatory spots of Sakurajima available on the island. Our next stop was Akamizu Observatory Square, which has a good view of Kagoshima in the background. It is also a memorial of the Sakurajima all-night concert. I drove down to Yunohira Observatory, another one, and walked around the park for a bit. This is the highest observation point accessible to the public of Sakurajima. There is a trail loop around the observatory which lets you see up close all of the volcanic rocks around the area. Unfortunately, I didn't have any 1 yen coins to contribute to the growing pile of the rock. I'm out of 1 yen coins. Damn it. shelter if the volcano erupts. Hopefully it doesn't. Our final stop was the Kurokami Buried Shrine Gate, which is a 2-meter buried torii gate after the Taisho eruption. Afterwards, I decided to head back to the main tourist center area for lunch, but due to the holidays, nothing was open. I caught the ferry and made it back to my hotel at the train station. I ended up back in Tenmonkan exploring the area a bit more, before deciding to try some Kagoshima-style ramen. It is tonkotsu ramen with chicken broth and other vegetables added. Unfortunately, the location that I picked wasn't the best, so I decided to try another restaurant another day. I wasn't 100% satisfied, so I found another tempura teishoku style restaurant nearby the station. On my final day, I headed down to Ibusuki to try out their famous volcanic sand baths. What is this? Chicken cutlet, cheddar cheese, and sauce? The place I visited is the Saraku Sand Bath Hall, which is about an hour drive from Kagoshima. The drive takes you along a scenic route along the coast and offers excellent views of the water and Sakurajima. I stopped by one of the many available rest stops to take in the views and the scenery. The sand bath provides a small towel that you can purchase for 300 yen, and large bath towels are available for rent at 500 yen. You are buried for up to 10 minutes, and when you are finished, you can shower and enjoy the onsen as well. Of course, you don't need to stay buried for 10 minutes. The recommendation is around 7 to 10 minutes, and you can always crawl yourself out if you feel that it's getting too warm. This is a must-visit experience in my opinion. My next stop was Cape Nagasakibana, which is the southernmost tip of this peninsula. The drive there offers nice views of Mount Kaimon, which is known as Satsuma Fuji in the area. Cape Nagasakibana is home to Ryugu Shrine, which tells the story of a man, Taro, who fell in love with a turtle which turned out to be a princess. The princess invited him to join him in the sea, but Taro wanted to leave after 3 days. The princess gave him a gift for protection, but only if he did not open it. When he returned, he found out that everyone he knew was gone, and when he opened the box, he became a 300-year-old man. I had planned to visit Mount Kaimon as well, but as I was hungry, I went for lunch instead. Another popular nearby attraction is the flowing somen noodles, where patrons are encouraged to catch their lunch, so to speak. There didn't seem to be many other restaurants in the area, so I didn't have much choice. It wasn't super full when I arrived, but there were many tour buses and sailormen settled in for lunch. You follow the signs, order from the lady at the front, pick a table, and drop off your receipt with your table number to one of the servers. Once I did that, I grabbed some water and sat down and waited for my food to arrive. My final stop of the day was visiting Lake Ikeda, and well, it was a lake. It It was a nice place to stop and stretch my legs, but there wasn't much to do here. I saw a golden torii marker on my Google Maps and decided to check that out as well. However, I was disappointed that it was simply a wooden torii gate painted with gold paint. I called it a day and drove back to Kagoshima to return my rental car and to try Kagoshima style ramen once again. This location was much better. I spent the remainder of the evening shopping and exploring the nearby areas before settling in with a bubble tea from Gongcha. Today was checkout day. I didn't have much planned today, but I left my bags at the luggage storage before heading out for breakfast. My next stop was Kumamoto, but since check-in is at 3 PM, I didn't want to head there too early. I ended up walking around and stopped by the Museum of the Meiji Restoration. It was a super quiet morning. My last meal in Kagoshima was a fast food style udon restaurant which was found just beneath the train station. Our next stop is Kumamoto, where I will be spending a night there before picking up my rental car the next day and heading to Mount Aso and Kurokawa Onsen. I will be catching a Sakura Shinkansen bound for Shinosaka, which marks my first Shinkansen ride of the trip. Thank you all for watching to the end, and see you in the next video.